Hey. All right. So, guys, I'm going to do a single storyline on this, but I'm going to do it the way I'm doing it for all zodiacs, where I'm going to ask, what is that door behind us representing? Okay. And that could be a door that we haven't yet opened, or a door that's already been closed for our character. We got a Six of Cups in the reverse, and it is associated with that third eye chakra. So the house of intuition. This in this case, I would say that it's a door that there's someone's intuition has been messed with a little bit. And so opening that door, or maybe this was closing a door, left our character feeling like I don't even think that there are soulmates, or I don't even think that someone was a soulmate. And that may or may not be really accurate, because this is in the reverse. The intuition could be skewed right now. So this door is representing something that's been closed, but unfortunately we might have also closed off a little bit of understanding. Yeah, there's, in this case, I'm so sorry to say this, but there's something to be revisited. Let me just put it this way. It would be worthwhile for our character to revisit something, only because they haven't, it doesn't mean that they aren't right about something, but it means that there could be another morsel of valuable information if they were to just reassess something. Think of it like rereading a text and then seeing it very differently. Oh wow, we've got the devil here. This makes me think that if our character rereads something or goes back in time and readdresses something, what they could discover is, my intuition wasn't off. That was super toxic. That thing, that situation, that person, that wasn't supposed to be mine. That was super toxic. They might have missed or skimmed over that part. This could be the key to somebody like having full healing of something and really feeling like, oh, wait a minute. I do trust me. I didn't make any mistakes. That, something was, sometimes it's good to look back at things, not to rehash hurt or pain, but rather, and not to be like, oh, that person was such a jerk, blah, blah, blah. But then again, sometimes, look, I'm a storyteller. These are all fictional stories about fictional characters. But and take it with a grain of salt, right? Because as the fictional storyteller, as the narrator of the story, there's going to be a spin of my own attitude in all of it. And my attitude as a real human is like, yeah, not everybody is super awesome. Some people suck. Some people, and we can be compassionate and say, yeah, that person sucked badly. They were in total devil energy, probably because they had a bunch of problems. But that doesn't erase the fact that they still treated me like crap. That person still sucked. And looking back at someone who maybe was confusing and calling it like it is, that's what I'm seeing in this story. It's like our character felt like really confused, really skewed, felt maybe even rejected or something. And then looking back at someone's behavior and evaluating and saying, wait a second, why would I have ever felt like, man, I just don't know, what was going on. I just can't read people. I don't, that person just didn't want me, blah, blah, blah. This character might look back and go, wait a minute, they did want me. They wanted me so bad that they lied through their teeth to try to get my energy in their life. This person, they were in toxic energy for sure. But, if someone lies or does something deceptive, because the devil is deceptive energy, it is. And it works. If their deception works on us, it doesn't mean that, oh, wow, I have no intuition. It means, wow, they were a really awesome liar. That person must have honed that craft for a long time. That person, yeah, we could say, well, maybe I saw what I wanted to see. But this storyline says, if somebody thinks back to a situation and evaluates it with a whole different set of metrics, like instead of me heaping guilt upon myself and saying, I don't know how I got played so bad, I don't know how my intuition was so off about that friend or that romantic partner, or that, whatever it was, whatever the situation was, I don't know how I got it so wrong, I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And there was like negative attachment to that. This says, actually, we might want to open that door again and evaluate it differently and say, now, wait a second. What did someone present? How did they behave? What were their actions? How far did they take something to try to, like, create this fallacy, and then realize, well, that person, they went to great extent, great lengths perhaps, to bamboozle me, because that person had a great amount of interest in bamboozling me, which actually that's because they really, really wanted, because I was the valuable thing. They needed me or wanted me so much that they went to all of those great lengths to try to get me, because I am the valuable item. I was the MVP. I was the thing that was sought after. Instead of feeling down, instead of feeling low, instead of feeling like, wow, I don't even know what happened there. I was rejected, or it wasn't a soulmate. They don't care about me. They're not coming back. My intuition is all skewed. If we revisit something and we really evaluate the other person's behavior, we may realize I was the gem all along. I'm the one that maybe they're afraid to come toward now because the gig is up, right? But on the other hand, I was the valuable one. Well, that puts a new spin on it. And all of a sudden, our character walks with their head a little higher. Our character has been restored. That's what's on the other side of a door. Like in this case, the door is like representing a memory of something that was probably really bothersome, troublesome to this character, because I think they sat around and they judged themselves, thought that they had been foolish. And when they revisit this topic with a slightly different set of, like I say, measuring, a way to measure behavior, they realize I was valuable. Why have I been devaluing myself all this time, thinking that I was somehow played and I'm a fool or something like that? So our single character is all of a sudden feeling pretty darn peppy, pretty darn powerful all of a sudden. They went from, I would say, not very happy to then opening up a door of a memory and seeing it with a whole different set of eyes. Again, this could have been rereading a text. This could have been something that our character does that this is really great. It's really great that they revisited this enough to clear out that negative energy they were holding toward themselves, because we've got a King of Pentacles on the horizon for this character. This queen doesn't have to be a feminine who's about to meet a masculine. This could be a same-sex couple. This could be reverse gender roles. Doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, our lead character suddenly realizes that whoever they dealt with that was very toxic, they're basically assigning the, I don't even want to say blame, but they're looking at it with a different set of eyes, and they're recognizing if someone played games, it was only because they didn't think they could get me fair and square. So they had to play all kinds of toxic games. But that just, again, proves I was that desired. I was that important that they tried everything to, get my energy. So I really am that valuable. Okay, cool. Now I'm moving on, and I feel a lot better about myself, and I feel like I can call it like it was. I wasn't the fool, the sucker. I was actually the valuable thing. And now that I really do value myself the way I always should have, the way I should have always been able to see things, um, guess what? That's when somebody else who's very valuable winds up coming into the periphery. When we value ourselves, it's amazing how others, and we recognize it that way. That's when we start to attract other really amazing, valuable people. When I think that this lead character hadn't fully, wow, we got an Empress, we got a Page of Wands. I think that this lead character had, I don't want to say like didn't have confidence. I just think that um they got kind of lost a little bit. They kind of forgot how important they are, and it's coming back to them now. And it's in the perfect timing, because there's a King of Pentacles who is going to further add to this person's value by making them feel like, I mean, this King of Pentacles is smitten almost seemingly immediately. I mean, they could be very boisterous, almost like a little kid. They could be wanting to change your life. They could be wanting to come and travel, to come and see this Queen of Wands, because they see her as an empress. They think that she's the most incredible thing they've ever met. Libra Taurus energy here. She's not just a Queen of Wands in their eyes. She's the person that they want to make long-term plans with right out of the gate. They want to, you know, before the first date is over, they're like, so what are you doing on Tuesday? Do you want to go on a hike with me? Do you want to, you know, or if they're from out of town or something, it's like, so what if I were back in your area in like 3 days from now? You know, this is somebody who's, when they see an amazing person, they're not going to want to let go. It's very different energy for someone to sit in, to feel empowered, and then they start to have other people come forward in their life that kind of reinforce that, like, yes, you're amazing. 7 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, well, this is kind of sweet because I feel like, I mean, this is a single storyline. We don't talk about exes coming back typically, and lots of times this doesn't have to do with romance. This one does. This one has everything to do with romance, but I also feel like our single individual has just barely come to this conclusion. They finally have thought about what happened in the past, and they've come out the other side of it, and they've come out feeling more confident, and now they meet this amazing king who things start out pretty fast with, it looks like, to the point where they might even be a little bit like, I don't even know how to tell my family and friends that I'm thinking along the same lines. Like, I'm thinking this is the person I'm going to end up with. I feel like I've met a mate. I've met someone that I want to build with, that I want to grow with. This is not, it doesn't have to be like a marriage per se, but just, you know, it could seem like it happens really fast to like friends and family, where it's like one day, you know, our lead character was still calling their sister or their, you know, their best friend, and still saying, you know, I just can't believe that I went through all this, and I still feel like such an idiot, and I'm so frustrated still over everything that happened. And then 24 hours later, they're calling being like, oh no, I'm totally over that. I met this amazing person. This King of Pentacles, this is like, I feel like this is a match. They might be like, I cannot say this to my friends and family. They're going to think that I'm like, you know, just jump ship, and, you know, I'm just like grasping onto the first person that I meet, when that's not the case at all. It's that our lead character had the courage, I think, to look back at something, to open the door to a past memory and evaluate it with a very different set of eyes, and what they discovered is what set them free, made them finally feel like, I'm totally over this. It's like a light switch just got flicked off, and that whole energy, that whole space that they used to be still dealing with, is just, it's just gone. And because that energy changes, it brings in a whole new, well, in this case, it's a whole new soulmate, but it's more than just a soulmate. It's like the one that matches our character's current frame of mind. I am amazing. I want someone who notices that I'm amazing, instead of uses deceptive tactics and actually makes me think I'm not anything. So sure enough, that thought process, poof, brings in this amazing king who sees them as an empress, and they have no problem saying, I'm interested. Definitely sign me up. Definitely I want to come see you. Definitely I'm into you. This happens so swiftly. It's such a sudden change. But this story is really saying what makes sudden change is being able to see things through a different lens. It's the difference between something being totally out of focus and then coming into focus, you know. Of course it looks different. Like if if you've ever put on like somebody else's glasses, you know, I don't wear glasses myself, but when I have put on someone's glasses before, I'm always amazed at how it's like, wow, I can't believe that this corrects their vision. Meanwhile, it completely skews mine to where my depth perception is off and everything's blurry and I can't see things properly. You know, it's such an interesting thing that, you know, you put the wrong lenses on, or you put on someone's glasses when you don't need to wear them, or vice versa. And things, you know, the vision is missing. But if we put on the right lenses or the right pair of glasses, or in my case, take them off, we can see again. And that's what this was. It is as simple as that. It does change everything. It changes it in a moment. All of a sudden our eyes feel fine. We're not, dizzy. We're not, suffering from lack of vision. That's what this storyline is. And that's why it seems like it happens fast, because technically it does. But again, it's looking at it through a corrected lens. That's what I want to say. And that's the big message here. It's a huge relief. And I think that the reward, or maybe the confirmation that now they're looking at it correctly, is because of all the positive things that come right after that. The sense of, wait a second, I did deal with something that was really toxic, but I was the valuable thing. Well, I feel a lot better about the whole situation. I can let it go now, and I feel restored, and I feel good about myself again. And I feel like I am ready to trust my instincts again, that I will meet the right person, and that, it'll be someone that gives and receives, and that I feel like I can connect with. And then poof, that person shows up. It's all because, I think it's because our character figured out the truth within themselves, and that's what is making their life kind of like shift and change, so that now they're ready to meet the right person, because they're in the right frame of mind, is what I would argue. Anyway, that was a really sweet one. I enjoyed that one. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with me. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, if you're here watching, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It's the best way you can let me know that you enjoy my fictional storytelling and that you want me to keep providing this free entertainment, and then I will do so. It is my delight. I'm super honored you guys are here watching, and so thank you again for supporting my free channel with those free actions. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.